Hi, my name is Rachel, and today we're going to be talking about Brexit, specifically why the UK should have a deal put in place that lays out the rules and regulations of how they're going to continue to conduct business with the European Union once they leave. The UK leaving the European Union could have major difficulties for the nearly 1 million British citizens still living in the UK if there's no deal. In a no-deal Brexit, the UK would become third country nationals overnight, which means these citizens would have to deal with things like their resident status, healthcare providers, and employment rights being affected negatively. Border controls would also be affected. Customs would be put into place at the border to make sure that everyone and everything meets EU regulations and standards. Because of the Schengen Treaty, EU citizens are free to live and work anywhere in the European Union. But because when the UK leaves the EU, Britons living in the EU continent and non-Britons living in the UK could lose their citizenship and the right to work. The biggest thing that would be affected by a no-deal Brexit would be trade. If Britain leaves the European Union with no deal in place, it would fall back onto the World Trade Organization rules. The biggest effect on trade would be imposed tariffs, which are taxes that are imposed on imports and exports that are coming and going internationally. Another thing that would affect trade are non-tariff barriers, which means that UK manufacturers may end up with the legal responsibility of conformity assessments from the EU. This would mean that UK exports would take longer to reach EU markets, and they would be more expensive than exports coming from other countries that are still in the EU. The EU is the UK's biggest trading partner, and without a deal put into place when they leave, the UK could stand to lose a substantial amount of money.